Hello guys, this is the Crypto Agenda, and today we're going to be discussing the cryptocurrency flash crash that has occurred almost overnight. So everything has fallen. 17%, 20%, 30%, like on average I'd say around 20% in the last 24 hours. It's really been a sea, blood on the streets. It's a sea of red. Right? The only greens we're seeing are, the only greens we're seeing are like Tether, and Tether's meant to be tethered to the US dollar, so directly 1-to-1 ratio. So if we can find Tether, where is it? Is that it? Noblio. Here. So if we look here, markets, it's getting a lot of volume recently. They're getting, look, $5 billion in volume, and that exceeds its market cap. Do you want to know why? That's because people are loading up in Tether in this time of instability. People are worried about this. Now, Tether is itself another massive scam, which I'll talk about in another video. So, look, the safest thing to do if you're really worried about this going down any further is you would store your coins in US dollars, fiat currency, and buy back in when you think it's hit the bottom. However, what I will be doing is I will be holding my coins, and I think that's probably the best option in heading it forward into this. Look, as you can see, the only greens here, are Noblio and Tether. Everything else is down. And another thing, quickly before I go into explaining why this has occurred. You guys notice someone's missing from the top 10? Where have they gone? bitconnect was here in the top 10. Where's it gone, bitconnect? What? Where's it gone? What? Have they deleted their coin? What? What's happened to bitconnect? Here it is. Here's bitconnect. Currently selling at $30 US, when it was previously selling at around 450. bitconnect is currently shutting down. They're doing full damage control right now. What they're doing is their exchanges, the exchange's loans have imploded, and their Ponzi scheme has fallen apart. So how it worked was, I gave a referral code to you for bitconnect, and you put in $10,000. I make $1,000, and the site would say to you, you should lend out your money, and we'll put it in a trading algorithm which will give 1% compounded interest on it daily, and we will lend out your money, and you will receive 10 times the amount of money in a month. So what essentially happened was, people weren't paying back loans. People were taking out loans on the bitconnect exchange, and we're not paying it back. And this would have eventually occurred at some point. Now, look, I've said it's a scam from the beginning, and it's proved itself that it is. Many people are just dumping their bitconnect, because what happened was the bitconnect site said, look, okay, we're being done for people. We're getting shut down due to cease and desist orders, and on top of that, we're getting shut down for We're shutting down due to DDoSing attacks. Now, the DDoSing attacks thing really doesn't make too much sense to me, because if your site that is worth like $4 billion, which is it's a really big site. It has larger market caps than some of the coins on the US stock exchange. Now, like in the top 100 of the US stock exchange. Now, the thing is, you don't shut down a $4 billion site due to DDoSes from 12-year-olds. No, you don't do that. So what they've done is they've they've taken their winnings and they're leaving. So this is what the BitConnect owners are doing. Now what they've said to the people are, all right, say you have $100 in BitConnect. You can exchange that amount of money into BitConnect coins, right? So for $100 you may get 3.5 BitConnect coins currently. So what tons of people have done and what has triggered this massive sell-off is people are trying to get out. And what some people have told me is that you actually cannot get the coins out of the BitConnect token. You can't get them for Bitcoin unless you have to send them to an exchange. You can't from the site. And so this sell-off has occurred, and now we're seeing the price around $10. So why is it going here? So BitConnect's in a lot of trouble, and it's really good because we're clearing out most of the shit coins from the top 100, right? And we're getting the evaluations down properly instead of overvalued coins that we're seeing now. Now, if we look at Bitcoin, I'm going to show you guys something interesting. So quickly, here, okay, we'll look at 2015. January 2015. What was it? Alright, so what happened was, look, there was a bit of a sell-off around December, which happens as usual, and January 3rd looking normal. January 13th, 14th. That's the same time that this dip occurred for us. Dropped from $200 to $150, and it climbed on to go back up even further that year. So if we look at 2015 that year, if this will load, 2015, by the end of 2015, it was sitting around $320. So same for January 2016. Same thing happened. So, heading into December, there was a little price increase like we had, and a bit of a sell around Christmas time, and January 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 14th, from $430 to $350. Okay? These crashes happen regularly. So, this is historically true for Bitcoin, and heading into the end of 2016, price was around $1,000. So, what can we learn from history? Look, this happens all the time. Sorry, but this happens all the time. It'll peak around December, and then it'll drop off. It'll have an even bigger peak around next year. So a lot of people are going, oh, well, what caused this crash? If we go on GDAX, it was pretty much the unwarranted pumping of prices to this new all-time high of $20,000, and then not enough people pushing it up there. And what I think has also pushed the price up here was short calls on people putting shorts on Bitcoin through futures. So what happens when you lose a future is you have to buy back the amount of coin. So say you said, I bet Bitcoin will be worth less than it is now by December 15th, right? And you're placing this on November 23rd when it was around 8.8k. So you're saying to yourself, look, it's down now, it'll go down further. I don't trust Bitcoin. So what happened is, December 14th comes along, and here it's $17,517. And what this has done is people have to buy back these coins, and this pushes the price up even further to these all-time highs that we're seeing around December 15th or 16th. Now this puts it at $20,000. Now what happened was there was the squeeze occurred, and we started to see the red. A lot of people got scared, and partly due to the psychological number of the number 20,000. Like, look, I bought in at 10,000, now it's at 20,000. Look, it's a good time for me to sell and get out. And this has triggered a domino effect until what we're seeing today. And on top of that, there's other things that have caused this pushback. Firstly, the one first is the South Korean FUD. Now, what happened with South Korea was some shabby journalists from the New York Times, I think it was, said South Korea was going to ban Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, this same reporter had been putting out hit pieces on cryptos ever since she was born. She's just saying, look, Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme, Bitcoin's a scam, blah, 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 right? And she hadn't been making much of a dent on Bitcoin's price. She hadn't been seeing much of a difference caused by her inflammatory articles. However, when she put out that South Korea was closing all cryptocurrency exchanges, this greatly tanked the price. Now, this turned out to be a complete lie, and the South Korean government said they haven't even made the decision yet. So, a lot of people really don't like this lady who's been making stuff up. And this crashed the crypto market. So another thing that's recently pushed the price down is China. So China's authorities are quietly stepping up on a crackdown on cryptocurrency exchanges to include market-making platforms and similar services, according to anonymous sources cited by Bloomberg. As attention focused on South Korea's regulatory battle with cryptocurrency trading, Bloomberg reports that across the border, where official crypto-to-fiat exchanges have been banned since September, exchange-like services are now on officials' radars. So exchange-like services mean like you give me one Bitcoin, I'll give you a truck, right? That's what they're saying. So the move is allegedly in response to an uptick in trading activity. Chinese investors have sought to circumvent September's exchange ban by resorting to alternative trading environments, such as peer-to-peer platforms and over-the-counter deals. Popular peer-to-peer trading site Local Bitcoin saw the impact of banning the numbers as traders piled in, generating record volumes, which in September hit as high as 115 million yuan, which is around 17.8 million per week. While the sources told Bloomberg that small peer-to-peer transactions aren't being targeted, it remains to see whether the local Bitcoin phenomenon forms part of the exchange spectrum. Meanwhile, with the most turbulence in Seoul apparently over, that's South Korea, Bitcoin prices picked up on Monday's trading, posting daily gains just over 6% according to the average exchange data from CoinMarketCap. So, what are we going to see? Look, I think what's going to happen is going to be the same thing as 2016. This year, we may see a $50,000 Bitcoin. And I know that may sound like a lot to a lot of you folks, but I think it is possible. You just need one thing coming around the corner, one big news story, and we'll see a $50,000 Bitcoin. Same time, we'll see maybe some bigger corrections. So, look, if you're getting worried, just hodl. Hold on to your coins currently. So, look, don't worry too much. Turn your coins off for a week. Look back in a week, you'll be fine. Alright, so if you're looking for a quick way to trade your coins, go on Binance.com and you save, using the link in the description, and you'll save 50% on transaction fees. Thanks for watching. This has been the Crypto Agenda.